just kind of moving all over the place. If there's an injury here and there, maybe solidifying a role here, but for the most part, it's just going to be kind of bouncing around third, second, short, and then if needed in the outfield, I think the team's pretty locked in with outfielders right now, so I could be an option for a fifth outfielder backup here and there, but I think going into spring training, I'm gonna be taking a lot of ground balls, just moving around the diamond, third, second, short.
It's a standard issue with a perfect world where you like to play.
I heard Whit talking about this the other day. It's kind of like wherever you're getting the reps. When you move around so much, if there's an injury, in 17 I played a ton of short and right field. I got really comfortable in right because I was playing out there consistently. But I'm definitely an infielder by trade, so I definitely feel more comfortable. At short, second. I played third. Was my first year last year playing, moving to third base, and that took a little bit to get used to. So I wouldn't say like that's like my my ideal position, but you just need the reps over there. I'll get them in spring training and wherever they need me and wherever they're talking to me, that's where I'll be playing.
Whit has like 1 million gloves to play 1 million positions. Are you like that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's grabbing their bats to go down to the field. I'm grabbing 3-4 gloves, taking them to the dugout just in case I need them. So, the past couple years, 3 or 4 years, I've been moving around, short, second, third, outfield. So I've got at least 3 different gloves that I take out to the dugout.
Yeah. Chris, with how much time you spent with one organization, what's it like getting to a new one? What's the sense that you get of where these guys are kind of headed organizationally?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like you said, I got drafted in 2009 by the Diamondbacks, and I've been there ever since. So, meeting new people, everybody's been so welcoming, and I haven't heard one negative thing about the city, the town, the fans. My agent used to play here. He said he bought a house here, loved it here. So it's really exciting. Dayton, Jen, everybody in the front office has been welcoming me with open arms. So, from that standpoint, it's been great. It's been a good transition, and I live in Arizona right now still, and Surprise is right down the street. So it'll be a good fit in spring too. So, but I'm excited for the season to start. And, based on your second question, a lot of young talent here, and hopefully, me being in the big leagues for 5 years, I can come in and maybe be like a little bit of a leadership role and kind of help, maybe mold some guys.
You kind of saw Arizona go from they just kept making strides, getting better and better. What did you think was a common thread as far as getting the wins and getting guys developed to where they were playing well?
We had a lot of guys that kind of got drafted together and came up, and really that was kind of like the core of position player group that came up, and, with Goldie, AJ, Casher Portman got traded over in a trade, and then they made some acquisitions, that helped, kind of bolster that roster. But I think that's the biggest thing, is just having that young talent like kind of the Royals have now, and kind of building those guys together. I think when you play together and you get everybody on the same page, and everybody kind of gets used to each other, and kind of gets that chemistry going. I think the Royals had that when they won the World Series, in 15, right? With Moustakis and Hosmer and all these guys that had come up together. I think that really just, you've been through a lot of stuff to get where you're at, and establishing yourself in the big leagues. It definitely, I think it just brings you closer. Hopefully, I can bring a little bit of that over.
Was there much consideration based on league of your decision? In the National League, you're going to make more moves, so guys, pitch hit more, things like that, maybe come into the game late. American League's got a DH, but that's a position that's available. Did that weigh into your thoughts of where you were going to go in any way?
Not necessarily. It was just I kind of based it more off of kind of what Dave was telling me when we were talking, going back and forth. He liked how versatile I am, and how I can move around from position to position. So that's a big part of the game now, and it definitely is my game. So just talking to him, it seemed like a really good fit. Obviously it's a new league, a new division, but I'm excited for the challenge, and I think it's going to be a good fit.
Is it hard to get a rhythm offensively when you're doing that, moving around, or you can change organizations so they might have a different hitting idea or different approach for you?
Right.
Is it hard to kind of get a rhythm at the plate when you're kind of battling moving around the diamond?
Right. I don't think so. I think for me, obviously it took some getting used to early on, but I think once you're kind of locked in at the plate and getting those consistent at bats, you know, when I was doing it in 17, I was, you know, playing short against a righty and then going to right field against a lefty. So I kind of had a little bit of a routine there that made me a little more comfortable. But you know, moving around the infield, I think it really doesn't, you know, mess with your timing at the plate or anything like that.
You mentioned all the gloves, Steve. Is there only one glove for the infield, or is there anything different by position?
So, like I said, last year I played third a little bit, so you got to have a bigger glove over there. I mean, the ball's coming so fast, so that's the one glove that I got in spring training last year. Had to break that in, get it ready, but I'm gonna try and maybe use the same type of glove this year, especially if I'm gonna be bouncing around a lot of different positions in the infield. I usually, when I played short, I used like an 11 1/4, and now I'm gonna do like an 11 3/4, and maybe just make that my glove for second, short, third, exactly. And then, you know, I've got my outfield mitt just in case I need it.
So if you come into the dugout and get a glove in the middle of an inning, we know what you're doing. Right?
Exactly. That's happened plenty of times. You know, I think it might have been 16. I started the game at short, went to center, went back to short. You know, it's the game's changing. You know, obviously in the NL, it's a huge deal. You can do that kind of stuff. AL's a little different, but you know, definitely, you know, an injury or you know a double switch or something like that in a game could definitely happen.
Do you put something on it besides, or can you just tell by looking at the glove?
Oh, for sure. I know what glove
It
is
doesn't
what
say
yeah.
left field.
I know, that's a good idea. I'm gonna get that inscribed on there, right next to my name.
Anything else for Chris?